Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself. It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Chapter Normal Isn't What It Used to Be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason. Rollo was Luca's closest friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them. Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes and the flowers on the grave.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Wonderful! I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed. Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just really want to do all of these now. Oh, we come back. Okay, never mind, we're done.
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously. Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house. Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric.
Right, that's a cool Christmas thing. Nice. Yep, that's how you get off the couch like that.
Just some dusty knickknacks. Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet.
Understandable.
Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said. Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air. Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
Right?
Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
Actually, is that all? Yes, that's all.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch. A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Nice. The junk
An array
drawer.
of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with the day of the week. Oh my, this is quite exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader. A sturdy old...
Oops.
Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror.
Right.
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
Sure.
We were just gonna go chill for the day. The best lies are built on truth. Easy.
Nice.
Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle. The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made. You can see the turning point which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate.
Oh,
It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
Heck yeah.
We were just gonna go ponder for the day. This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi. Nailed it. We were just gonna go hide for the day. Traditionally, when one is trying to hide something, they avoid literally using the word hide. All's well that ends well.
Okay. Bye, Grants. Huh? Into trouble with Rolo. Nice. That's always the best kind. Someone's excited. Didn't even tell us where we're going, dude. Walking backward, away from the
Chapter
adults.
2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by. William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine Fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment. Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
Right, not.
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Right, what? Okay, later. Let's go take the others. What's going on? Why are we zooming? Well,
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was, a tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
nice. Right, why should I be the one that moves the chair? Okay, I feel the king of niggles. Oh shoot.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard. Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Right. I don't. Yeah, he is. Okay. That was something I don't want to do again.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Aw.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
True. It does look like a worm.
Luca tied a shoestring. What fish could resist it?
Oh no.
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook, good for skimming the surface.
Golly, that scared me.
Luca tied a shoe. What fish could resist?
Again, scared me. Oh, heck yeah.
Luca gently baited, good for skimming.
Oh, I guess we have to come back to general fishing later.
The boys had a good thing going. As long as they kept old Jeff happy, they had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse.
Nice.
After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied.
Aw, sweet of Rollo.
On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens. He
Of course.
always thinks it's aliens. Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
What? Ah, thank you. Okay, we can't go over there. Also can't go over there. It's definitely a place we should definitely go out
Holden
and
Wilder
check.
ran the local paper of record, the Beacon Beacon.
The beacon. Can't go in there.
Luca could see the morning regulars nestled in their booths at the Early Bean.
That's a good coffee store name.
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
She was behind you. She's right around the corner. Yep. Hey!
Rollo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles.
Yep.
Luca knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to come back for that. True. Oh, I did not see you sitting there.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
Up the stairs. That's too long. Oh wait, no, I need to go to the cafe. Can I? No. sad.
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
That's true.
A promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Damn. Okay. I wonder if Gran regretted that.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Obviously. Look pretty.
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood. The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz. Luca often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
Right? So that I don't get hurt.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained. One more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence. Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now,
Yeah.
it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life. There was only one way to find out. The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better. The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Uh-oh.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle.
Oh
Luca watched
no!
his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door into the lab.
He's getting
into the
probed.
green light. This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself, but change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy. But don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point.
Ooh.
Now, let's try something different. In the past, he found
Might
the
be a
best
little
way to deal with
turd.
an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Right, what have you done? Right. Frollo's like, I'ma book it. Leave my friend behind. Because he's the one that kicked my sister. And I'm in a lot of trouble for that.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
Mean. Oh shit. I didn't catch that. Oh boy.
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
That sucks. Okay, now I understand your problem. Right. No, no, no. Yep, there it is. Right, from a safe distance.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Oh, why is everything shaking? To the jumpster. Ew. Uh-oh. Oh god! We should go now. Is that? What is that?
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag. Rollo felt around at the large sack which burdened them. He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag. Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Yes. Oh my god, no!
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3. Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table.
Find Rollo.
Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Oh no!
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
Okay, that is good. Oops.